What's up, my peeps? It's the turtle smashing, dragon punching, titan smashing, zombie blasting, race car drifting, multiplayer butt whipping, the collector of coins, rings, looms, rupees, and tanukis. I got food for self, emeralds for wealth, and med packs for health. I got the double jumps, turbo boosts, time freezes, and invincibility. Leveled up all of my abilities. I run Vice City and made the Mushroom Kingdom better. And I am the first human Spectre. This is Mastermind, and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about...
Hey, it's me, Fizzy. Trespassing and destruction of property is a serious crime. Get ready to die, asshole!
Sunset Overdrive for the Xbox One is here. And I have to say, right at the beginning of this review, I love the game. It is phenomenal. And what I want to do, though, I want to kind of do this review a little bit different than you're going to see from most reviews regarding the game. I'm not going to get into the story. I'm not even going to talk too much about the play mechanics. I really don't want to get into too much detail on the game because you've probably seen tons of footage of the game, heard every different opinion on the game, and I don't think that's what every review should be. What I want to talk about, and I've commented about this before, is some of the coverage that I've seen on corporate media for the video games. It's out of hand. I mean, one of the so-called video game sources that we have out there, one of them gave the game a 7. And I was quite, just blown away. Now, you know, opinions are opinions. Everybody has an opinion, and not everybody's opinion is going to line up the same. I just think if you're in this hobby, this is different than a lot of other hobbies. This isn't, it's kind of hard to explain for those who aren't video gamers, but pretty much we all kind of have our own thing that we're into. I know people who play video games just for sport games. They go out and they buy the Maddens, or people just specifically like fighting games, or specifically like first-person shooters like Call of Duty or Titanfall or Destiny. So you have your little groups and your little just different type of people. You have the Minecraft people. You have all kind of video gamers out there. But anybody who's into multiple video game genres and just loves the hobby, you got to kind of appreciate a game like this, because it's not often that we get a game that's really original and it's doing its own thing. So when you have corporate media coming out and almost seemingly not understanding this concept, you don't want to take the story serious. The story, it's supposed to be funny. It's not supposed to take itself serious. But one of the reviewers I watch, they were criticizing the characters and some of the story elements, and I just think it's ludicrous. If you look at the game, you look at the art style, you look at everything about the game, you realize, unless you're a total idiot, that the story isn't really the focal point of this game. This isn't a Witcher, this isn't Mass Effect, this isn't any game like that. I'd say it's a cross between like Grand Theft Auto, Dead Rising, and a Jet Set Radio. That's the kind of game it is. It's really, really fun to play, and that's really all you need to know in the review. I could really stop right here and just say it's a blast. But I was talking to a coworker today, and he was kind of interested in the game, but he says that he wasn't too sure about their cartoony style. It wasn't realistic. He said that all it looked like to him was just you're kind of grinding on things and running all over the place, and he didn't seem to really understand what was the big deal. So I had to kind of explain to him that it was much more to it than just that. It has obviously shooting elements. The traversal in the game is just phenomenal. You can literally, and I know everybody's heard this before, you can go from one side of the screen to the, one side of the map to the other and never once touch the ground. And those are like the little personal challenges that I like to put myself through in the game. I remember, if I can just go back in time a little bit, I remember when I first got Sonic 1, or I'll even go further back, when we were playing the original Super Mario Brothers on a Nintendo, I used to compete with my friends to see who can get through the stage faster. So it's that kind of stuff where Sunset Overdrive, beyond just the side quest, beyond the main mission, beyond the online mode, which all of those things do provide a lot of gameplay elements. But beyond that, you can set challenges and do different things, and it just keeps you going. It's very addictive and a lot of fun. But back to my coworker. So I was explaining to my coworker, hey, there's a lot of things involved in the game, but it's just a whole lot of fun. You can play it how you want. My daughter, her style is really, she likes to grind and shoot. I like to kind of bounce on things and move around. When she does these missions here, she kind of just randomly sets her traps. I like to think and set them. And so you really play it how you want to play it. And I think that's a very important part to video games now. And one last point, because I do want to make this pretty quick. Video games today, we're so heavy driven on sequels. And there's a lack of originality when it comes to a lot of the games that are out. I'm about to play Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, but how many Call of Duties have we played? How many Assassin's Creeds have we played? Not to say that these games are bad, because I love those games, but the point is we continuously keep doing the sequel thing, and when you have companies that take big risks and they come out with new IPs and do something really different, if us as gamers, going back to the beginning of my conversation, if we're not supporting this kind of thing and we're allowing the video game corporate media to kind of dictate what's popular and what isn't, and it's not a first-person shooter, it's not realistic graphically, if we start looking at those kind of things, we're always going to stay kind of stagnant and stuck in this great pastime. But going back to the game, because I think I've made my point in my rant pretty clear, but going back to the game, if you look how beautiful. Everything you see in the background, for the exception of the mountains and the clouds, you can go to. The world is pretty huge. It's very vertical. There's a lot of things going on. The graphics are amazing. The gameplay is very good, although your learning curve is probably about an hour to 2 hours before you really start feeling comfortable. And then they start adding in a couple of other gameplay elements that actually even make it better. In particular, it's the air dash that really makes the experience a lot better. But once you start going through these gameplay elements and you're doing the traversal and you're getting the understanding of how the amps work and everything, the game is just a blast to play. I highly recommend it. Sunset Overdrive is going to get a 9.2 out of 10. It is right now my favorite game. Aside from Killer Instinct, it is my favorite game on this current generation. I love it and I couldn't recommend it anymore. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate the support that I have thus far, and I hope that you do get a chance and you give Sunset Overdrive a chance and play it, because it is phenomenal. Even like this sequence here, not a hint of slowdown. It's just very crisp, very fast paced, and just a blast to play. So do yourself a favor, go out, pick up this game, and just have fun with it. You don't have to compete really hard. It's not something that you have to take serious. Just have fun with it. Laugh at a lot of the jokes. They make references to Game of Thrones and different movies and different video games. I mean, it is just a complete and total blast to play. And I think every Xbox One owner should pick this up. If you don't have an Xbox One, this might be the game to do it. Even if it's not your style, most people, once you give it a chance, will find quite a bit of enjoyment out of it. Once again, thanks for watching. Mastermind out.
I'm intrigued.
Blasting y'all, overcasting y'all.